Flash games, one of the best eras in gaming ever. And it's very sad that that type of era is gone. I remember one time when I would just go on the computer and just played Flash Dragon Ball with my brother for hours. It was really a fun time for everyone because Flash games were just so unique. Every game was just different and fun for so many people. Until a game came out that was better than all of them. Rogue Souls is the best Flash game ever created, and you are free to debate on the comment section on how wrong I am, but it probably won't change my mind. Because this game is amazing. If I had a choice of killing a regular person and stealing their balls just for a Rogue Souls 3, I'm sorry, but get them balls ready. So before I talk about how good Rogue Souls 2 is, let's begin with the first one. Rogue Souls 1 takes place in a big village with Red Dude. Red Dude is just a normal thief trying to make a name for himself by stealing an apple and running away. So after he sees his bounty, which is like 100 because no shit, he stole an apple. Anyone could do that shit. My 3-year-old cousin could get away with that. So the thing that starts this story is, hear me out, he sees another thief with a higher bounty than him, so he commits mass genocide just for his bounty to get higher than him. I can't make this shit up. He kills hundreds of guards just for a number. Now, the story might not be the strong suit of the game, but the gameplay is fun as hell. I would be lying if I said that this game is not fun. I like the bounty aspect of this game. It works like this. Depending on what you do, your bounty will increase by a lot. So if you steal some stuff, your bounty will increase by a lot. If you kill like some sort of high level guard, your bounty will increase dramatically. I also like the challenges in the game. Each challenge is very fun and has a good feel to the gameplay. Like the battleground, for example. Your goal is to beat the ever-living shit out of everyone in the map. And another unique challenge map is the zero gravity type challenge map, where you collect feathers without touching the ground at all. I know this looks easy, but it's hard as hell. And the first game I didn't know had this many features. I always thought that this game was the bad version of Rogue Souls 2 because I didn't play a lot of the game as a kid because the controls were a little bad because I'm so used to the Rogue Souls 2 movement and combat. To the point where I don't see myself playing this unless I play Rogue Souls 2 because this game is far superior to Rogue Souls 1 by a landslide. What I hated the most is that you needed to give a flower to a girl to access double jump in the game. That makes no sense. Is this supposed to be some weird fucking thing about the power of love? Get that shit out of here. I want murder and terrorism, which this game does, of course, provide, but the real thing I hate about this game is the achievements. I tried 100%ing this game, but it was impossible to do because you have to get all of the achievements in one sitting. Is this game fucking kidding me? Besides the gameplay, this is the most infuriating thing because I wanted to flex on all of you guys saying, oh yeah, I also have 100% on the entire game, loser. But I can't do that, can I? Because your fucking game has me not sleeping just to get 100%. Now I get that this game is old and all, but how does Rogue Souls 2, a game that came out a year after this one, have a perfect autosave? Is it really this hard just to add a simple autosave? I don't fucking get it. If you could make a perfect autosave 1 year later for Rogue Souls 2, how come you can't do it for this one? Alright, it's time for me to stop rambling about this game because let's talk about our golden boy, Rogue Souls 2. This game is perfect. It is the best Flash game to ever exist. Yes, I said it. Better than Run, better than Fancy Pants Adventure, and also better than Super Smash Flash. Yes, you are free to flame me in the comments section because I don't care. This game is goated. Now let's discuss why this game is so good and better than Rogue Souls 1. Let's start off with the obvious. Enemies have a fixed attack radius. This was really a problem in the first game because enemies straight up just had a very broken attack radius. I swear to God, these enemy attacks didn't make any sense. When I'm under an enemy, somehow, in some way, they still attack me and take my armor out. And they also added so many improvements to the movement, like double jump. Thank God this isn't restricted by a flower, because that power of love shit was gay as hell. And they also added wall running, which is really cool because it can be useful to get in very high places, and of course the enemies are also improved. Now the enemies in Rogue Souls 1 were good, but only some of them challenge you to take them out in a different way, like sliding instead of punching them in the face, or using the stomp attack to easily kill the axe people. And in this game, the enemies have more variety, and you have to do certain things to some of them to actually kill them. And here's the thing that I would say is a big change to the story. Now the story is improved, but it's nothing special because anything is better than the story in Rogue Souls 1. So the story starts with Red Dude killing 2 people to save 1 villager, and the journey is to kill 2 of the magician's guys and eventually kill the magician in this story. And that story is as simple as it can be, but I think that it's okay because I'm not expecting a very good story, I'm expecting very good gameplay. Because the gameplay makes you feel like a badass, and each level adds more enemies and even adds new enemies to make it harder. And this game, of course, doesn't forget about its small elements, like the challenges, which are good, but they're not really a challenge. In the first game, you had these challenges that would make you rage quit, but in this game, the challenges are okay, and I think that they could have implemented more challenging format. But, of course, it's not the worst thing in the world. I just think they could have implemented more, challenging stuff. Another thing that they added that I would never expect them to add is boss battles. They're fine, they're extremely simple and not hard to beat except for the final boss, and it would have been more good if the bosses were harder and are actually challenging. But in the Colosseum mode where you fight all 3 bosses, something changes. Now, for someone who hates these 2 bosses, they were amazing in this mode, which really made me think, why the fuck aren't these guys just assistants for the final boss? All 3 of them in this final Colosseum were great and challenging, and that's the kindest thing I could say about these 2, because the boss fights for them suck. But all of this bad stuff is very minor and doesn't take away from the gaming experience. Just look at the zone game mode, for example. This game mode is perfect because it takes all of the elements from the first game and adds some sauce and some spicy meatballs to add some flavor to the game mode. And I like the fact that each zone, it just makes it harder and harder in the game. New buildings just appear to make things more challenging and makes you feel amazing when you clear each zone. And don't get me started on the Platinum Award. This game isn't only fun, but it's really fun to 100% because once you complete it, you get a note from the creators. And once you read it, you could really feel the passion behind the game. And all it really said was, congratulations on completing this game. And that feels really genuine because it really shows that the creators of this game really cared about the game. Now, the most you got from 100%ing a game was just a platinum trophy, which isn't bad, but have you ever seen a studio literally say, congratulations for 100%ing our game? No. No, you haven't. Anyway, I don't know how to end this video. This video was really fun to make. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Bye. The Hoops video is gonna go crazy, though.